Hey everyone, how's it going? Keith here from Handforged. In this week's video, I'm going to explain how I paint my digital paintings. I had some troubles learning, so I'm here to help you guys out. I decided on what style painting I liked. I was more drawn to the looser look, where you can see brushstrokes rather than the clean, smooth gradients. Then, I proceeded to try and shade one of my own designs. It was hard at the start. What helped is to think like you're painting traditionally. So let's get started. I'm going to take this artwork I did on the iPad. I just finished Last of Us 2 and I wanted to do a piece based on the game. I decided to get rid of the outlines and go full color. From what you can see in the video so far, I start by blocking out all the different parts of the image, putting them on separate layers. I do this to make my life easier. Being able to mask these areas is the best part about digital painting. I get to shade without worrying about going outside the lines. I'm just using a normal round brush, going in with solid color. The color I'm using is the mid-tone. It makes it easy to shade and highlight. After I've blocked out all the different parts of the image, I move on to mapping out where the darker shades will go. First, I figure out where I want the light to come from. I chose the left side of the canvas. I go in with a slightly darker color than the mid-tone, and I start mapping out where the shadows will be. Painting in general, whether it's traditional acrylic or digital, you want to start from the background and work your way to the foreground. Starting with the left side of the face, and then I move on to the right side of the face. The light picks up on raised surfaces of whatever you're drawing. Stuff that overlaps have a harsher and darker shadow than something that is smooth and curved. I'll make another video going into detail about light. For now, I'm showing you the way I digitally paint. After you have blocked in all your shadows, let's move on to how I shade them. I then use this brush. I also click on the button next to the opacity on the top bar. This will allow different opacities with different pressures. I recommend using a drawing pad. It is the best equipment to use while digitally painting. So what I will do is grab the shade color with my eyedropper tool. Then I'll slowly start bringing it into the mid-tone. I'll then grab the overlaying color with the eyedropper tool and then bring it back into the darker color, as well as bringing it into the lighter color. I keep going back and forth until I've achieved the gradient I want. If you spend enough time doing this, you'll achieve a nice clean gradient. You'll achieve even greater gradients if you use different brushes. This is the part I struggled with the most, but after you've done that, then you can move on to making your shadows even darker depending on the desired effect you want to accomplish. Once you have reached that effect, you can move on to highlights. I don't end up adding any highlights with this design, except for the wet parts of the image, like the eyes, blood, and the spit droplets. The process is the same as the shadows. You block in where you want the highlights to be, then you start blending it into the mid-tone. Your highlights are going to be minimal compared to your shadows. This is the process I use. This is how I get my art done. If you have any questions or want to know something I did not cover, let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of the time lapse.